velocity 2,900 feet per second.
From 20th Century Fox and Blue Sky Studios.
Okay.
Hey, look, shooting stars.
Quick, make a wish. You gotta make a wish. Huh.
Wow, my wish came true.
I'm okay.
Mine too.
The defining chapter
Meteor shower. Meteor shower?
in the greatest trilogy.
The mother of all asteroids screaming towards us, but I've got a plan. Who's with me?
Crash and Eddie reporting for duty. Duty.
Of all time.
All I wanted is true love. Everybody has somebody. And all I've got is my boyish good looks in this mariachi band.
This summer, the end of the Ice Age
Incoming!
Get inside the cave!
is just the beginning.
Hey, it sounds like it's slowing down. Except for that one.
Of a new age.
Where are we?
Here he is, the master of meditation, the supreme serene, the Shangri-Lama!
This is the guy who's gonna save us.
Yes, but first... Downward dog! Caterpillar! Funky chicken, bouncing Betty, mashed potato!
Hey, this is kind of easy. Could you help me, please? My nose is dangerously close to my butt.
Ice Age Collision Course.
Hey guys, I just viewed this trailer for the latest installment of the Ice Age series, which comes out later next month. And I gotta tell you, I really believe we're being telegraphed major New World Order, occultic, and New Age themes in this particular trailer alone. I can only imagine what the actual movie, has for us. But I believe the programming is very obvious. I believe the establishment is really trying to get these messages into our heads as to what is coming really soon. So I'd just like to break down the trailer itself. I took some screenshots because obviously Google will not have many images available yet for Ice Age 5. So, the trailer starts off with Scrat finding a UFO ship. Of course, he loves to, stick his acorn in the ground, and of course something always seems to happen when he does that. Anyways, he sticks his acorn into the ice, and what does he find? A UFO alien ship in the ice. Okay, I believe this is cryptic code for what's going on in Antarctica. Many people have done great research as to, the Nazis and even the US government and many governments of the world for that matter that could possibly be doing much research with fallen angels, alien Nephilim entities down there in Antarctic. We know that this has been shown in many movies like Transformers or even Superman. A lot of the superhero movies and, sci-fi technologically advanced movies are showing, much going down in the ice. So I believe that these things are being shown yet again in this movie, Ice Age 5, especially with this UFO that Scrat finds. Of course, he activates it with his acorn. I believe the acorn is also symbolism for the pagan god Attis, the son of Sybil, which is basically the same thing as Tammuz, son of Semiramis. Okay, the pine tree represents, the resurrected Tammuz. All right, so I believe we're being shown, yet again, pagan symbolism. Of course, as the UFO takes off with Scrat in it, we see the ball Earth programming going on. He flies away from the ball Earth. We know this is definitely more programming going on. They want us to accept that we live on a ball, which I definitely don't believe. Now, again, I don't knock you if you believe that we live on a sphere, but I believe from the research I've done that this is just not the case, and the establishment is who wants us to believe that we live in this kind of world. And so I believe that that space is really the firmament. We're not even supposed to even go out there. We can't even get there. NASA has already admitted many times that they can't get past the Van Allen belt. So I believe that shows that man has never gone to the moon, and that this whole ball Earth theory is really what it is, just a theory. And so here we are showing more programming in space. We've got Scrat there seeing the Earth on the on his big window. We've got him standing in this circle in the middle of the ship, and what I found interesting is that the circle has 8 points, okay, on the circle, which to me represents the star of Ishtar, okay, which symbolizes the opening of the portal of the demonic realm coming into our natural realm, which I believe is coming very soon. So I believe right in our faces they're showing the opening of the portal with the 8-pointed star right there in the middle that Scrat is standing on. Later on in that same scene, we see him, being up against the window, and these water bubbles literally come out of his ears. Okay, now they show them floating away because they love to think, they want us to think that when they're in space, they're in zero gravity and they're floating around. But I'm wondering if whether this could be code for basically they look at all of us, the general public as fools, denoting possibly water on the brain. They think we're retarded and we're fools. We can't see what they're doing and what's really going on. So I believe they're kind of depicting that here. Next, they show a scene of, planets colliding. I believe this could be code for, Planet X that is incoming. I believe, in my personal opinion, I believe Planet X is yet again another farce, or yet again, a ruse that they want us to believe in, kind of like the asteroids. I don't believe it's real. I know people have been studying Planet X. I don't say that there's not something out there in the firmament that could fall from the sky real soon. I believe Planet X is connected to Wormwood from Revelation 8, possibly a star that falls from the firmament onto the earth. But I believe they're showing these kind of things, planets being destroyed or colliding into each other, this collision course. Of course, the movie itself is called Collision Course. Then, of course, there's a scene with Scrat yet again planting his acorn into something. I believe this is a shot of the moon. And, of course, lo and behold, what happens? The moon splits up. You've got, again, the acorn symbolism, symbolizing Tammuz, I believe. And the moon splits up, and there goes, good old Scrat, and the moon splits off into, what do you know? An asteroid. Okay, so you've got asteroids now heading toward where, to our home supposed planet, which again I believe is just ballers programming going on again. But you've got this major asteroid, and other asteroids, coming towards Earth. So they're showing, yet again this, that's been shown in so many movies like Deep Impact, like Armageddon, and so many other things. NASA's got, not just NASA, but many people have websites, government websites of monitoring asteroids and fireballs. Of course, when we switch to a scene with, good old Sid and Diego and Manny, and they see, the asteroid heading, of course, is just a big joke. You got, Sid talking about making a wish, on a falling star, all this kind of nonsense going on. And, then they start flashing, some messages right in front of our faces. They call this movie the defining chapter. Is this basically showing the defining moment that's going to come, which I believe asteroids are nothing more than nukes disguised as asteroids, as I presented in some other, in a few videos before. This 923 being code for plutonium, or should I say 239 being the atomic number for plutonium, and they constantly seem to be shown with asteroids. So is the defining chapter, is this going to be the defining moment where, nukes fall disguised as asteroids onto the Earth? And the next message they flash is end of the Ice Age. Now, is Ice Age code for this age, the current age that we are in, the end of our current age, the fourth age? Is Ice Age 5 a cryptic way to say that the fifth age is about to begin, the fifth age of man? Because the defining moment, I believe, is coming where the nuke, disguised as an asteroid is going to hit the Earth, and I believe it's going to happen all over the Earth. The defining moment, I believe, is coming where when this happens, I believe this is going to be the defining moment, okay, for the Earth. Major catastrophe, order out of chaos. The New World Order will rise out of the ashes, and the end of the Ice Age, which to me is cryptic for end of the current age, is going to come real soon. Then you've got, the animals running for their lives, and what do you got? 5 asteroids in the sky. Okay, you can count them. They're right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 asteroids being shown in the sky. And what's even more interesting, you see one headed towards, a statue that they've got, uplifted there, which is basically the Statue of Liberty in the Ice Age version. And you've got, a squirrel holding up a banana. You've got, of course, the crown. Same symbolism on the Statue of Liberty, the sun god, Apollo imagery. And, of course, you've got an asteroid headed right for the Statue of Liberty, which knocks it, breaks it in pieces. And, again, this is something that is being shown constantly. I believe this is, yet again, cryptic code for New York City and even the cities of the world being destroyed in one fell swoop. Of course, we saw this, big time in the movie Independence Day back in the 90s. And of course, good old Independence Day Resurgence is coming out next month, I believe, as well, or actually maybe even this weekend. So major programming, they're so obsessed with the city of Manhattan and, many cities of the world for that matter. But They love to show New York City being destroyed because I believe, with projects like Project Manhattan and other things, and what's also being shown in so many movies, New York City seems to be the hub or the center for so many of these, or possibly ground zero for where this stuff is going to begin, because they love to show New York City being destroyed. Another part of the programming is you see Buck, who was in part 3, very manly kind of weasel who led them out of, out of chaos and, led them out to safety. This guy's being shown now as a cross-dresser. He's, putting on basically female clothing. He's even talking in a female voice in one of the scenes of another trailer, actually. And yet again, I believe this is promoting the whole transgender LGBT agenda. Okay, so you've got basic transgenderism and LGBT programming also going on in this movie, which obviously will be seen in more detail when we watch the actual film. Then they show the animals, taking off, Manny and his gang. But look, it's funny how they make kind of a V, here in their formation as they're running, to me, basically cryptically showing the 5th age, that I believe is coming. They, keep switching to this asteroid, this major cataclysmic event, the defining moment, as they're saying in this movie that is coming. They're showing just utter destruction and horror and terror and all these things, that are really coming to this world, I believe. That they're showing that the elites, the Luciferian, the governments, they're all going to engineer this asteroids disguised as nukes. Okay, or nukes disguised as asteroids are really coming, I believe, and this is going to be the defining moment. Then they flash a message, this is just the beginning. Okay, just the beginning of what? I believe this is just the beginning of how the 5th age is going to come about. They are going to engineer, nukes disguised as asteroids, and it's going to be the beginning of what is about to come. And what do they flash? A new age. So is this the defining moment, the asteroid, a nuke disguised as the asteroid, coming and causing such panic and pandemonium and craziness? And this is just the beginning of a new age to begin, the 5th age. So I believe, again, we are being telegraphed their plan as to what is coming. Then, of course, with the new age beginning, they switch to a scene where they enter this, utopian kind of place. They even had a name for this place, which was similar to Zootopia, the movie we broke down earlier. But, you've got these people promoting this savior, this basically llama savior, or they call him something like Shangri-La, something like that. He even spits out diamonds out of his mouth. But what I find real interesting about this supposed llama, who's basically, to me, looks like an antichrist figure, or a person that basically has all the answers, but he is shown to have horns. Now, I believe this is yet again another depiction of Baphomet, the pagan god, the god with 2 horns that rises out of the earth, the false god representing Satan, Nimrod, whatever you want to call him. Again, Baphomet imagery also being shown in this movie, right in the trailer alone. So again, I can only imagine what is going to be seen in the movie as well. Then he starts, doing these crazy kind of, new age exercises, kind of what we saw in Zootopia when they entered into the nudist animal colony. The guy was chanting, and then he gets into all kinds of nudist stuff with the animals in that colony. And what happens in this movie is Manny and Sid and Diego all start doing the same kind of nonsense again. Look at this, they're all in like basically V formats. Again, to me, is it cryptically in our face, the 5th age that's about to begin. So the movie itself is called Ice Age Collision Course. Is this code for the fact that the 5th age is about to begin, that our age, the 4th age, the current age of man, is about to have a collision course with something big that is coming? Is the 5th age going to begin with a nuclear / asteroid strike that is engineered, which will be the beginning of the new age, because mankind is on a collision course with destiny, with the end of this world? I believe this is all prophesied in the Bible, and go figure, this movie comes out on July the 22nd, 11/11, all right? And what's interesting is I happen to be doing this video on June 22nd, so exactly a month from today, this movie comes out on, yet again, 11/11/22, all right? And to me, this is screaming of the plan that we spoke about from Werner von Braun, You know, the final two chapters or the final two cards that he spoke about are asteroids and aliens, okay? That this would be the final two cards in this massive deception that is coming upon the whole earth. He revealed this to Dr. Carol Rosen, who didn't know what to believe at the beginning, but now she is admitting that, you know, she's gone on record and saying that all these things that Werner von Braun told her about Russians, you know, the threat of Russia, the threat of terrorist nations, the threat of rogue nations, nations of concern, you know, then asteroids and aliens. Aliens will be the final card. So are we being shown all these things very cryptically? I believe all of this stuff is being shown to us in a very cryptic way, and possibly not even really cryptic. I believe it's getting real obvious. Of course, we've got movies like Independence Day, Resurgence coming out very soon. So I believe we're being shown a lot of propaganda. And I just want to say to everyone, please be ready, because I believe Jesus is also coming for his people very soon. I believe we need to be aware of the signs of the times. I believe we need to be aware of what they're showing us in movies and TV shows. I believe we need to spread the word as much as possible, because we are definitely being programmed. The human race is being programmed and prepared for something big that is really about to happen. The defining moment, as is being shown, you know, in this movie, really in our faces, just in this trailer alone, is coming really soon. I believe it is going to start, you know, possibly with a nuke disguised as an asteroid. You know, again, we know that the 923 or the 239 is the atomic number for plutonium, which I believe will be used to be disguised as a nuke. And the defining moment is going to come where the New World Order will rise out of the ashes. They will have their order out of chaos. They will have their utopia, because they had to destroy the old world in order to make the new world, okay, which will be this, you know, supposed utopia. This is just the beginning. All these things are pointing to what is coming real soon. This Antichrist figure, I believe, is going to, you know, be on the stage real soon. So I pray that if you don't know Christ, that you give your life to him. He is the only one that can save you out of this mess. This world is chaos. This world is fallen. And, you know, as 2 Thessalonians 2 says, that a great deception is coming very soon. This, you know, this supposed savior that the New World Order, you know, that the Luciferian elites, this age of Aquarius, this new age, this fifth age that they want to begin, you know, that they want to have, they think that this guy is their savior, but really only Christ is the savior. You know, Daniel chapter 2 talks about the rock cut without hands that is coming, you know, to destroy the kingdoms of this world, and that is the true savior. Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ the Messiah, is coming. He is the true king. So let us be aware of these things and tell people as much as possible that, you know, this is what is going on. This is a major, you know, major signs of the times are happening. And I pray that we will not be caught unawares, that we will be ready, you know, for Yeshua, that we will be ready for his kingdom that is coming. Even though the devil is going to have his final say, is going to have his final kingdom, I believe that Yeshua is going to have the last laugh. He is going to have the final say. He is going to be the one that brings in the real, true Messianic kingdom age. And it is coming very soon. God bless you.